Love Thy Neighbour is a British sitcom, which was transmitted from April 13, 1972 until January 22, 1976, spanning 7 series and 54 episodes. The series was produced by Thames Television for the ITV network. The principal cast included Jack Smethurst, Rudolph Walker, Nina Baden-Semper and Kate Williams. In 1973, the series was adapted into a film of the same name, and a later sequel series was set in Australia. Synopsis: the series was created and largely written by Vince Powell and Harry Driver, and was based around a suburban white working-class couple in Twickenham attempting to come to terms with having a black couple as next-door neighbours. Love Thy Neighbour was hugely popular at the time of its broadcast. During an era in which Britain struggled to come to terms with its recently arrived population of black immigrants, Love Thy Neighbour exemplified this struggle. It aroused great controversy for many of the same reasons as the BBC's earlier Till Death Us Do Part had done. The views of the main white male character were presented in such a way as to make him appear stupid and bigoted, and were contrasted with the more tolerant attitude of his wife. The main male black character was, in contrast, educated and sophisticated, although stubborn, and also capable of using insulting phrases, such as the terms hunky, snowflake, paleface, or big white chief to describe his white neighbour. The series has since been repeated on satellite television stations in the UK, although each episode begins with a warning about content. Repeats of the show are also shown in Australia on 7/2. The theme song, Love Thy Neighbour, was composed by Matt Gordon and Harry Revel and sung by Stuart Gillies. A spin-off series, Love Thy Neighbour in Australia, was filmed in 1979. Consisting of 7 episodes, the series saw the character Eddie Booth transplanted to the Sydney suburb of Blacktown. The explanation given for the absence of Eddie's wife and child is Eddie has emigrated first and the family will join him after he has established himself. The antagonism between Eddie and Bill was replaced by the difficulty of Eddie adapting to Australia. Characters: Eddie Booth is a working-class white socialist. His world is turned on its head when Bill and Barbie Reynolds move in next door. He is even more annoyed when Bill gets a job at the same factory as he has, and refers to him as a nig-nog, Sambo, Choc Ice, or King Kong. He also has a tendency to call Chinese, Pakistanis or Indians names like Fu Manchu, Gunga Din, and Ali Baba. He is a supporter of Manchester United. His catchphrases include Bloody Nora, Knickers, The Subject is Closed, You Bloody Nig-Nog, and Get Knotted. Joan Booth is Eddie's wife. She does not share her bigoted husband's opinion of their black neighbors, and is good friends with Barbie. Her catchphrases include Don't be ridiculous and Don't talk rubbish. Played by Gwendolyn Watts in the pilot episode. Bill Reynolds is a West Indian and a conservative. Whenever Eddie tries to outdo him, Bill usually ends up having the last laugh. He occasionally refers to Eddie as a white hunky and snowflake, and does not like catching Eddie staring at his wife. He also has a very high-pitched laugh. His catchphrases include Hey, hunky, cobblers, and You talking to me, snowflake? Barbie Reynolds is Bill's wife and gets along very well with her next-door neighbor, Joan Booth. Eddie is sometimes fascinated by her, as in the pilot episode when she bends over while wearing hot pants. Jacko Robinson is a socialist who works with Bill and Eddie. His catchphrase is I'll have half. He isn't very bright and often deviates from discussions between Eddie, Bill and Arthur. Arthur Thomas is another of Eddie and Bill's socialist co-workers at the factory, and is often seen in the local pub playing cards and talking about trade union issues. Arthur, like Joan, is also more tolerant of Bill than Eddie is. Nobby Garside is the barman of the social club from Series 4 onwards. Initially aggressive towards Eddie, they gradually sort out their differences as the series goes on. Criticism: Love Thy Neighbour has been criticized for its politically incorrect handling of issues of racism, although its writers have claimed that each episode included both anti-white and anti-black sentiment. It is often used as shorthand for television before the era of political correctness. Although both characters were bigoted and intolerant, Bill usually had the last laugh and rarely got his comeuppance. References in popular culture. Stand-up comedian Stephen K. Amos regularly refers to Love Thy Neighbor in his routines, with particular emphasis on how it changed the way white people regarded him and his family. During the film version of Man About the House, Smethurst and Walker appeared as themselves, sitting in the Thames Television bar. The assumption was that they were taking a break from recording the TV series. When George Roper saw them, he had a flash of recognition and said, "Hey, that's the Nig-Nog." Smethurst rebuked him, "Don't talk to my friend like that." American Remake, an American version of the show, set in the suburbs of Los Angeles and titled Love Thy Neighbor, ran during the summer of 1973 on the American Broadcasting Company television network. This toned-down version of the British original ran for 12 episodes and was not picked up for the fall. Film. Episodes of the series. Pilot = 0. The Pilot. Series 1 = New Neighbors, Limbo Dancing, The Petition, Factory Dispute, The 7-Year Itch, Refuse to Drink, Sex Appeal, all written by Vince Powell and Harry Driver. Series 2 = The Housewarming Party, Voodoo, Clarky Leaves, The Bedroom Suite, The TUC Conference 72, Religious Fervor, all written by Vince Powell and Harry Driver. All-Star Christmas Special = All-Star Comedy Carnival. Series 3 = The GPO, The Car, Eddie Returns from Holiday, Lion and the Lamb, The Lift, Barbie Becomes Pregnant, all written by Vince Powell and Harry Driver. Series 4 = Hindsight, Friendly, Working on New Year's Eve, Eddie's Mother-in-Law, The Antenatal Clinic, 2 Weeks to Babies, To the Hospital, The Big Day, The Mediterranean, Bananas, Teething Problems, Cats Away, Ghosts, Eddie's Birthday. Episode 1 to 8 written by Vince Powell and Harry Driver, Episode 9 to 15 written by Vince Powell. Series 5 = Reggie, Jacko's Wedding, Duel at Dawn, The Darts Final, Royal Blood, Club Concert, The Nannies, all written by Vince Powell. Series 6 = Famous Crimes, The Lady and the Tramp, Protection of the Law, The Opinion Poll, Manchester United, The TUC Conference 75, Episode 1 written by Sid Collin, Episode 2 written by Brian Cook, Episode 3 written by John Watkins, Episode 4 written by H.V. Kershaw, Episode 5 written by Colin Edmonds, Episode 6 written by George Evans and Larry Wyman. Series 7 = The Local By-Election, Eddie Becomes a Father Again, Christmas Spirit, The Coach Outing to Bournemouth, For Sale, Power Cut, The Lodger, Episode 1 written by Johnny Mortimer, Episode 2 written by Brian Cook, Episode 3 written by Sid Collin, Episode 4 written by Spike Mullins, Episode 5 written by H.V. Kershaw, Episode 6 written by George Evans and Larry Wyman, Episode 7 written by Adele Rose. DVD releases. The DVD releases of Love Thy Neighbor are somewhat muddled. Series 1 €3 were originally released by Pegasus Entertainment, and Series 4 €8 were released by Fremantle Media. Once Fremantle released the issues with the DVD, they decided to completely release all the series in the correct order. However, Coach Outing to Bournemouth was placed on the Series 7 DVD. The film has also been released by Fremantle Media. The following list shows each DVD releases available. The episodes All-Star Comedy Carnival and April Fools have not been made available on DVD. See also, List of films based on British sitcoms, http://fttvd.bfi.org/20170. References. External links, Race and Sitcom, Love Thy Neighbour at the Internet Movie Database, Love Thy Neighbour in Australia at the Internet Movie Database, Love Thy Neighbour at the Internet Movie Database, episode guide with descriptions on comedyseries.info.